What's up, everyone? This is Snackbox. Hope you all are having a great day. So, today we are going to have some fun. At least I hope so. And yeah, I want to talk about, this current situation, which is regarding the whole Maria nerf and Bronco and all the hate that he got for it and so on, which is absolutely hilarious, in my opinion. And yeah, I want to react to his video that he put out yesterday, 22 hours ago. And yeah, the title says they want me to delete my channel. And yeah, let's jump into it. I already watched it once yesterday, and he said a couple of things that I want to touch on too. I feel like I have to say something. It wouldn't feel right if I, would just keep my mouth shut. And I really feel like, a lot of things been happening that shouldn't been happening. And yeah, so let's listen to what Bronco says here, and I'm just gonna jump in and give you my thoughts on that.
Yo, hey, what's up, guys? It turned out yesterday I got a big hate wave. Like, for real, for the nerf. Many people are just saying that I'm the only reason that the champion will get nerfed. And if you watched my video, I'm actually not so happy about the nerf and everything, because it isn't that overpowered with all these nasty things you put on her and then she can go do something crazy. I just wanted to do something crazy, but yeah, it seems.
So, in case you don't know what he's talking about, he used a mythical relic on Sanguine Maria, which is only available if you buy the Forge Pass. It is right here in the events group. He used this Dread Bomb mythical relic, which is so hard to get at this moment, because the only way to get it is if you buy this Forge Pass, the last tier, and then you won't even get mythical mats, you will get legendary mats, which means you will have a 0.5 chance to, pull this relic. I mean, it's even lower than 0.5 chance, because if we take a look at this now, if you put in Lego material in here, you have a 0.5 chance to pull a mythical, but now you also have to hit the 50% if it's, from the standard group or the, event group to hit the relic. And then you also have to hit the right one, right? There are two. So you have to hit the 50% chance twice after you hit the 0.5 chance. And then, you will get this one. So it's really hard to get this one. And, not a lot of players do have it right now, because it is, limited to the Forge Pass. And then on top of that, he was using mythical gemstones. This one right here, which grants an extra 8% chance for an extra turn after killing an enemy. But this one doesn't even matter that much for bosses, right? Because you're not killing the bosses. So it doesn't matter too much. And that's why a lot of people been hating him. He got a lot of hate comments, a lot of disrespectful stuff, and not only from viewers, not only from players, also from content creators that were blaming him for this nerf, which is absolutely hilarious in my opinion. Because if anyone is to blame, then it's not him. It is the ones that decided to nerf this champion, the ones that decided to design this champion this way, the ones that didn't test him properly prior to what Bronco did. So if anyone is responsible for this, it is not Bronco, it is them, right? And on top of that, I can, from the top of my head, think of like at least one other way to trigger these extra turns over and over again. So yeah, considering that Bronco found this out in a short period of time, just leaves the room or leaves the question, are there more ways to do it? Because I'm pretty sure I can think of one. Obviously, I would have to test it, but I can think of one other way to do this. And I think the reason why this decision was made by Plarium is because they don't want this champion to be that powerful in PvE. imagine what else could be possible in the future if more relics come out, more extra turn stuff, whatever. The extra turn mechanic is a really, you have to really be careful with that because it can, it can break the game easily. Let's keep on watching.
Seems like that I'm the only reason that the champion getting nerfed. And first of all, I want to say thanks for all the people out there. Yesterday was the first time I had like, just some thoughts about it because the hate, it got a little bit to me. I slept one day right now, but all the people, I read the comments and all the people that left something nice in there, you really pushed me and like, I was so happy that you guys are out there and just supporting and just letting me know that I'm actually not the reason about all this, because on the channel, I do what I always do. I try to find something that makes your life a little bit easier. For example, right now, it's just for the background. Empress run. It doesn't have high requirements, no high blessings, no nothing. You just basically get the champion and you can kind of do this when you can get some okay stats on him. And that's what I wish all the time, what I can show. And then when there's a new champion, I go deep inside of that champion. I want to find something cool. I want to kind of make a little bit more out of the champion.
Exactly. That's what Bronco is doing. He's pushing it to the limits. He sees a champion. He looks at the kit. He sees, okay, extra turn is in that kit. How can I get more extra turn chances? He goes for the relics. What relics can grant more extra turns? What sets can grant more extra turns? What gemstones can grant more extra turns? Let's throw this all together and let's see what happens. That's how testing works, right? I don't want to see another content creator that is putting on a 240 crit damage build on without a soul, without a relic, and then go hit the, Dragon Wave once on, this damage is pretty good. I don't know. That's not really telling me anything about the champion. The reality now in 2025 is that you have to have souls, you have to have relics, you have to have gemstones, and that, that is a crucial part of the game now. If you don't have that, you cannot compete really with other players. So I want to see that. Obviously, there is a reason to also do this without relics and souls. That's okay. I'm not saying it's bad, but I don't want to, we don't need another one. I don't need to see this like twice or 3 times or 4 times. I want to see something else, right? I want to see how this champion performs if you push it to the limit. What is possible, right, with all the relics and all the gemstones. So I think it's the curiosity, that drives Bronco here to see where can I go with this, right? So he's very creative with things. He goes in and looks deeper into this, into the kit and into the possibilities, and tries to do something that nobody else is doing. And I think that is really valuable because, like I said, if you want to compete nowadays or do things in raid, like for Chimera in endgame, for Chimera PvP, and so on, even Hydra, you need to have a soul, a blessing, and relics and gemstones to be competitive. I want to see if it is even worth to invest in the soul for this champion. And I know a lot of players cannot relate to that. Then that is fine if you're a casual player, but then you can just go and watch this guy that is doing the test with a 240 crit damage build, no soul, no relic, and watch him. So if you watch Bronco, then you're going into a video where he's showcasing how this champion would perform with all of this stuff. So I don't get the hate, I don't get the criticism on this. Obviously, he could have said, listen guys, this is a really unrealistic build for most players now, but let's see where is the limit to this champion. I want to push it to the limit. I want to go beyond the limit even. And I don't see a problem there, right? I don't see a problem there. It is part of the game. It is in the game. At this moment, it is not accessible, but who knows? Maybe in the future, it will be easier to get that relic. It will be easier to get those gemstones, and then we would have had the same problem. So if anything, then you should thank Bronco that he found this out And by the way, I don't even think Plarium did this because of Bronco. I think they did this because this champion was intended to be a PvP champion and not a, PvE champion. But what I'm trying to say is, if anything, you should be thankful for Bronco that he did this early, because he basically gave you time to decide if you still want to go for this fusion or not. Just imagine if he wouldn't have done this and somebody else later would have found out. You would have already invested all your resources into the fusion and get the soul and get this and that, and then the champion would got nerfed. Like, imagine the uproar then and the upset. I mean, like I said, if anything, you should be thankful for Bronco, for his testing, for the time he puts in, the work he does, which should have been done, by the testers or whoever is getting paid to test those champions way before Bronco did it. And that is, I don't know. That's my opinion on it. That's my opinion on it. If anyone is to blame, then, the testers that tested this champion beforehand. Because honestly, I don't think they did a great job. Sorry if I'm a little bit emotional about this, but it really pissed me off to see that people are not appreciating what he does for the community, all the work he puts in, and are super disrespectful towards him, right? That really pissed me off. And as you can see, even he said it got to him, right? Things like this can do something to you emotionally. And if you have never experienced something like this, it can be really hard to deal with. It has an impact on you, right? And we're not talking about people that are saying like, "Oh, you are responsible for the nerf." I'm talking about people going to and insulting him for this, right? Like really insults. And I don't condone that at all. I don't promote this stuff at all. If you are a hateful person and jump on this hate mob thing and just go around and insult people on the internet, then I don't know. I don't think you're a good person. That's just what I think. And the worst thing about this is it's over some pixels, man. Some pixels. That's just crazy. All right, let's keep watching. We're only on 1 minute
super simple,
into
like
this.
you press that A1 and it does it again. Yeah, then I will do something cool about it. It's just me. I like to play the game. I want to have a little bit fun in there. But this time, usually when I do a video that has some higher requirements or a Chimera team that has some super specific team members and only those team members together can do something cool, I always get some complaint about the champions, and people are kind of in a bad mood and sometimes call me out like, "Oh, you only do this." I'm used to that, but this time it felt a little bit different, to be honest, guys. It was kind of mind-blowing how much I get hated for just showing something cool on the champion. And keep in mind, guys, I showed something with the relic. When I did my version of the video, I did not hide anything. I was saying myself, this is so broken and you need that for Fire Knight or else it will never work. I did it a couple of times here, there, and just for the one run. And so I was thinking it is kind of okay, because also in the video I was doing a second part where I still have some good stuff on my champion, like a 9-piece Merciless, a 6-star Blessing, for example. Those things, they want us to showcase that. In a little bit, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a history, how that went down and everything. So I was not even able to show you something cool or something without even a blessing or something, because we were not allowed to post those videos. I don't even know how others created those videos. Like, let's not talk about it. I will talk about that in a little bit. But overall, I didn't think it was such a crazy thing. And in my opinion, Plarium is to blame. They did not test the champion from the beginning. There were so many.
And that is the point. It is not his responsibility to make sure that this champion goes out and works, and and then there's no nerf needed. It is not his fault. It is not his job. It is not his responsibility. He's not working for Plarium. He's basically testing this champion for free and is making content out of it. Like, I don't get the logic of people saying, "Bronco, you got this champion nerfed." Like, what the hell are you guys talking about? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense at all. not even close. Did he maybe, influence the idea of it? Yeah, maybe, but that idea would have come up anyway. What do you think would have happened if this champion got released and all these big brains out there that are, coming up with crazy stuff? There are some insane players, theory crafters. Imagine what they would have found if it's like the whole player base, right? So it was just a matter of time till this happens, and luckily it happened early enough so you can decide if you still want to go for the fusion or not. And that is it.
Bucks on this champion, and I think some content creators, they got a little bit angry because something got delayed. They produced some videos, they had to delete it and everything. Overall, that's overall making a bad mood for them also. And today I'm just kind of freestyling. I have nothing prepared. This is totally new for me. Normally I don't interact with drama. I hate it. But this time I have to say something because there's something going on right now, and this time it feels different because usually I get a little bit hate, and when it gets a little bit too much or something, I still feel like some content creators, I still have the respect and I got their back. And this time I got kind of blamed also, not in a super bad way, that some a little bit nicer, some a little bit worse. And they basically called it out that I'm the reason that all this get nerfed.
I want to say something about that because that's also a big point, right? Because some content creators mentioned Bronco and were still kind of respectful and said, he was testing, and even said his name and said he was testing it with something that is not really accessible at the moment, at least not for the huge majority of the player base. But then there were also some content creators that were so emotionally driven and raging and saying between the lines that, people should not support him. And I find that really disrespectful and completely out of hand. I don't know what these people are thinking. And at the same time, you have to realize that if you have a big viewership, that you have some form of responsibility of what you are saying, because there are people out there that will take your opinion and accept it as their own. And you can actually see it in some of the comments and some of the people that were complaining about it, that they were just repeating what these content creators were saying, and you knew exactly where this thought or this behavior is coming from. So you have a big influence if you have a voice in the public. So you have a responsibility of what you're saying, because you are influencing the opinions of people, and you got to realize that. And to say something like, it's Bronco's fault, and between the lines, you should not support him and stuff like that, when he is the one actually that made our lives so much easier in so many different areas. I mean, if you go on his channel and you go way back, there's like tons of videos where he's soloing stuff, making your life easier, making you spend less resources. I don't know. It just feels so weird, this narrative that Bronco is responsible for this nerf. It's just not true.
Kind of right. I get it. Yeah, I did the video and then something went out of that one. But also, I was a little bit disappointed.
He said here he's actually accepting that opinion, that he is kind of responsible for it, but I don't think so. I have to disagree with him here. I think he's saying that because did he influence that, the nerf? I think so, yes. But is he responsible for it? No, not at all. The only ones that are responsible for it are the ones that are running the show. That is it.
Disappointed that the topic point was more about like, oh, this one guy Bronco, he did something super crazy and that's why it get nerfed, and not the topic that actually the producer, like the people that programmed the champion are actually fault on it. They just did something. They put something in my hands and they know I'm a good player. I will test something freaky. I make the best out of champions, and they give something like that in my hands, and I will do something cool. And also the set that what you saw is actually, wait, let me restart that thing, one that you have something to look at. That that set what you saw, wait, I need to do some preparation right here quickly. The set what you saw right there is not the only set that can totally work. I have another loop in producement already where you don't even need to use that relic. You can use an epic relic and everything is okay. So it was just my first impression. Just I did it in 2 hours.
Another nerf incoming.
I went in there. I was something like, hey, let me test it out. Oh, cool. That was happening. Cool. Let me show that off. It was never my intention to like, oh, make such a drama out of it. Let's get our people nerfed and everything. And after all, I will not go for the comments where they said like, delete your channel and I will not change. I will still check out for cool things on the test server, and I really try to make it as easy and as cool and as stable for you guys, so you can actually enjoy these things. And it's not, again, another bug. I'm also really sometimes not really happy about when I actually do record a video, and then while I'm afterwards, I'm checking something. Like just imagine I record a video about some new champion, and then the whole video I didn't realize something was wrong. And then afterwards, that happens so often. I'm like, hey, wait, this one thing is actually not working. Like, wait, is that? And then I test it again, and then I report it. And I have to report it. God damn it, guys. Bugs when they're out there, and after all, when everybody gets their champions already, and they have it in their possession, and then afterwards, some random guy. I'm not the craziest team builder in this game, to be honest.
He's not.
There are other people out there that will find that out too. And then later on, it's getting nerfed, and then we have the same drama. Hey, why didn't you test? And now we got something. You didn't make the decision for too short because the champion is already out. So when I try to find a bug, I tell them like what is going on. Is that like intended? And yeah, overall, let me quickly, I kind of lost the thoughts what I wanted to say, but let me quickly talk you this time about Sanguine Maria. I tested out the champion without any soul, without any too crazy gear and all that, and then afterwards I was in the middle of my video. I was seeing like, oh, this A1. Guys, let me test if this A1 goes over and over and over again. I tested out and it went nice. I was having a great laugh because like, hey.
And that's exactly what I mean. He sees the kid, he sees the extra turn, and now he wants to push that, right? He wants to push that one mechanic, and he does it almost every time. And you can't blame him for this. It is the game, right? It is in the game. He's just investing a lot of time in it and thinking about a lot of stuff and theory crafts and then tries it. And in my opinion, they should hire him. They should hire him and let him choose a group of people that is doing this stuff. So, those champions are balanced before they are getting added into the game. Because if that would have been dealt with prior to releasing this champion, it would have never been a problem. Never, ever. It would have never been a problem. And that's the thing. That's the problem here.
Hey, God damn it, look at this. It's like endlessly. I didn't have any merciless, any crazy stuff. And I was like, wow, that's a little bit crazy. After I did my video, I went over there and I said, hey, is this normal? And then they asked me, like, do you have like relics and some gear that goes into like more having extra turns? And I said, yes. In this video, what I sent right now, yes. But I also, I tested it without, just trust me. And please pass it to the test team, like to the team that actually go, and they don't really trust me when I don't send a video. So I did it again, made a video where I endlessly spammed A1 with nothing else on my champion. I showed it off, and then they actually did like the testing, and it was like, oh, this is not meant to be. So the video, the embargo, what we produced was already kind of cancelled. Like, don't do videos on something that is not supposed, like, it will be in the live server later on. And that's cool. Like, yeah, alright. I hated it myself. I was like, god damn it. Again, I did something, and then because of some bugs, weird interaction, I have to screw my thing. And I kind of want to get something out of my time, right? Because that is just free work for them.
And that is exactly the point. He's doing it for free. And the only way he's getting something in return is by uploading a video about it. So that's the thing that, a lot of people don't understand. He's not getting paid for this. He's doing it for free. And like I said, in my opinion, they should hire him.
I test something, I report it, they fix it, and all the things that I did already, it's like nothing worth anymore. So I have to do everything again. So I was angry myself. So they make a new version, like, this is now the champion, that is how it's supposed to be. And I'm like, okay, since they asked me if I have relics and something on, because that is the way that is supposed to be when I have all those things on, then I was like, okay. They literally said, like, this is the way it meant to be when you have so many extra turn thingies on your turn. So I was like, hey, making my video and let's go for it. But also, I want to quickly flip the script a little bit. Because also, please, guys, when you are on the test server, please get a little bit more creative and test something. Because there are so many things out there what I kind of report, and I don't even report in the test server chat anymore where everybody can see it, because kind of sometimes I did something in there, then Plarium came out and said, oh, that is not how it's meant to be, please do not do this video, and I respect that. If I like it is another question, but I respect that, I won't do it. But then another creator or something did something about it, and I was like kind of double in a bad mood, because first of all my video got scratched and somebody got else like clicks because of me and stuff, and like sensational things, and I was like, okay, not that great, so I'm gonna report that over to them. And so
basically what he's saying is he did something, he did a video, he sent it, and they told him he cannot do it, and then somebody else took his idea and made a video about it. And yeah, that's just a weird thing to do, to be honest.
A lot of things you guys I don't want to talk about. Those are things that are not in the game anymore, so who cares? But it would be sometimes a little bit nicer when the others also.
Well, it doesn't really matter, but his time matters, right? And if he's not treated, if it's not this, like, if somebody else is treated differently and they're all on the same program, then it's kind of weird.
Find out and test a little bit more than just, hey, here is a damage button, I press the damage button, okay, cool. We need to know that also, but it seems like there's not much testing over there. It's just, and when there is something they probably know about, they probably don't even open the mouth, because it maybe could lead into something like that right now, because like there's and yeah, overall maybe the others should test a little bit more than because right now it's just me to blame, because I tested. I went in there, I did the obvious thing. I went in there, I pressed the A1 over and over and over, because the description of the skill kind of was leading towards it. I was like, okay, let me try out. Why did nobody else try that out? Why?
That's exactly what I'm saying. He sees the extra turn ability on the A1, and now he's trying to push it with more extra turn stuff. It's not rocket science. It's not, you don't need a Albert Einstein IQ to understand that this is the logical reaction if somebody is seeing this and wants to test where can this go. I mean, what are we talking about? Like, why would you not test this is the question.
Why did nobody else report that? Why? I was the last day before, like, it was early in the morning at 4 p.m. I can post that, and I was at 10 a.m. and then we communicated after the weekend when I actually showed them the video and everything, and there was kind of a short time to fix everything, and I kind of was like, hey, we had the test server for like 4 days now and nobody else was testing it. Why is it just me now? Because I also think other content creators, and to be honest, I'm going a little bit too harsh on them or something, because I kind of feel a little bit attacked from somebody of them. Not really in a harsh way or something. It's just because it seems like I am the bad guy right now. That is
how can I say this without getting in trouble? Um, it was. I mean, if it was me that this person mentioned like this, I would have feel offended. Yeah, it was disrespectful. It was simple as that.
Is actually kind of the reason because it get fixed or something. But later on, keep in mind, guys, when the champion get released on the normal server, what would have happened if everybody thinks this champion is not good, for example, for PvE, when I have not showed you? The Krakens, they go for every fusion anyway. They will all have their champion, and then later on, when you maybe have not went for the champion, they will have it. They will press the A1 a couple of times and see that, oh, this endless. I go in PvP, I press A1 all day. And you would suffer from that also. And then the nerf would come out, another thing. So I try to be reasonable, just send them over what I can find, and then it's okay. Like, let's deal with it. And yeah, maybe a couple of content creators were like especially mad at me because I was kind of also the reason they have to scratch the video that they already did or something. I was not able to do any testing without any blessings or something because like I put it on her already. So yeah, I think that's about it. Like, really, guys, I'm not here to try to do something that hurts the game. I want to get something done that is just cool and something new in this game, kind of a team builder in a person. I just want to create another team that can do something cool and maybe in a certain combination. And if I see a champion,
he's just having fun with it, right? Like, he's not trying to break the game. He's just trying to have fun with it. He's trying to show you guys something fun. And also, if it's not that, then he's trying to help you. He's trying to help you to do things in a very efficient way, right? He's trying to find out if things like this that he's showing here, if you can solo Amius with Empress. And he did.
It can do something cool just by herself. I just have a great laugh about it. I report it when they say this is the final champion. I will do my video. I will have a great laugh and I will show you what I have on them. I don't make any secrets about it. Really not. I said everything in the video and I hope we can have a great time. I lost subscribers. I lost members on the channel and all that kind of got into my brain. I was like, what is going on? And then I watched some videos and it was always like, oh, because of Bronco, you nerfing that thing, because of Bronco. And I was like, no, because of them not doing the job right. And this is actually in the game.
Exactly.
Somebody else will discover that later on, but because of me, come on, guys, like, I'm not trying to destroy the game. I'm actually trying to make it better, give you the something cool about the champion, more than you ever thought about it, and then we all have a great time.
We can stop here. So yeah, it is just such a dumb situation in my opinion. It's so stupid, and everybody that has been watching Bronco for a longer time knows that he's not trying to harm anyone. He's just playing the game. Simple as that. So yeah, wow, such an annoying situation that he even has to deal with this. Yeah, very, very. I'm very disappointed in a lot of people, also some content creators, and I think this could have been handled in a much better way. But yeah, I guess people are just quick on their feet to hate, quick on their feet to complain, to blame somebody, and yeah, I don't really support that kind of behavior, and I think it's completely unnecessary in this whole situation here with Bronco. So I saw one meme right here, which is kind of funny. This is not really what happened. I mean, Plarium never said execute him, but it was kind of like the hate mob and other content creators that blamed him. It was not really Plarium, so it's not really right. But yeah, kind of a funny meme regarding this situation. And now if you look at his channel, man, and you just go on his videos, and let's take a look at the oldest videos. Look, he like 3 years ago he started doing videos soloing the ice golem, solo spider, Crypt King Growl, campaign farmer, torture helm, an epic solo dragon 20, ice golem 21 solo with torture helm, campaign farmer, solo ice golem 20, solo dragon 25 with Mashalad, solo dragon. So all his content always evolved around which champion can solo stuff so you can run it in the most efficient way. And I don't know, it feels like people must have forgot. And yeah, it is pretty wild how fast people are switching up on you. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I don't have much more to say to this about this whole situation. Go ahead and, you know, show Bronco some love. And, you know, leave him a like and a nice comment. Also, please don't go around and insult people on the internet, and especially not over some pixels that are getting nerfed. That is not proper behavior. That is not good. You shouldn't be doing that. Even if he was responsible for that, there's no reason for you to go and insult other human beings. So yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next one.